course, looking beyond the walls of this building and the church as a whole, during your time and during the time of the next stated clerk, this is a very volatile time, not only in this country, but around the world. You're looking at a very volatile election that's coming up.
Right.
You've got crises in the Middle East and Ukraine, and on top of hunger and poverty and the devastation that's occurring around the world. How should the church be responding in these times with everything that's going on? How can the church be the church at this time?
I think one, as Presbyterians, we've talked about ourselves as being folks who know how to disagree with one another, who know that we can disagree but still be in connection with each other, still be in relationship with one another. And I think as a church, we need to be practicing that more and more, and realizing that that's what we need to be doing, because things are going to be happening in the world that we have no control over. And so yes, as a church we pray, yes, as a church we take stands on particular things. But again, in a church where folks have differing opinions, we need to realize that as the General Assembly speaks, that is how the church responds, the wider church, the national church responds in making statements, in going forward, those kinds of things. And not everyone's going to agree on that. And that's why I think practicing the idea that we know how to disagree with one another but stay in relationship with one another is so important, because that's something we can model for others as well. Support of one another in local mission and ministry, where it's more than what the person in this position statement puts out or whatever. It's the folks who are willing to go to the protests, the folks that are willing to be in relationship with the bodies in their own communities over these things. Getting out to vote. We don't say who to vote for. We just say make sure you do your civil, do your work that way, and be a good citizen, and get out and vote and be a part of all of that. Because Jesus isn't left in the church. That's what we take out with us. We come to the church to be fed and to learn, but we take all of that out into the world, and how we live our lives is how we're going to do with that.